kind of illumination. And Spectrum's got such supervision. Na 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 na. M.a.s.k is a mighty power that can save the day. Na 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 na. M.a.s.k, no one knows what lies behind the masquerade. Na 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 na. M.a.s.k, always riding out on Phantom Trail. Come to the laser rays, fire away.
Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com and welcome to this episode Behind the Mask. Today we're going to talk about Wildcat. It came out in racing season, series 3 of the toys, and piloted by Buddy Hawks. Now in case you missed it, I interviewed Mark Halloran not too long ago who voiced Buddy Hawks along with Sly Rax and Cliff Dagger, so please check the link in the description to listen in on a chat I had with M.a.s.k voice legend. It's a really fun listen. I highly recommend it. And don't forget about the t-shirt giveaway going on as well. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And comments will be picked at random. And the Wheel of Illusion will be picking that. There'll be 8 people that I pick at random, put on the wheel, and the Wheel of Illusion will pick the rest. There will be a live drawing on January 30th. I haven't picked the time yet, so stay tuned to our social media channels, and I'll be able to post that relatively soon. Now, Wildcat is a tow truck, and it's a pretty cool concept. It's a little flimsy in parts, and I'll explain that in a minute. But the concept is pretty cool because if you have all these vehicles, what happens if they break down? Think about it in series 1 or season 1 of a cartoon. If Thunderhawk was destroyed or Firecracker was crushed on some kind of gravity beam, how did it get back to the M.a.s.k headquarters? I literally have no answer for that because they didn't really have anything that could do that. I guess they had to push it onto the transport plane, but a lot of times it broke in the middle of a jungle or something along those lines. I guess the lifter mask, but that only goes so far and only has so much power. Makes you think, doesn't it? So with Wildcat, you could at least tow the vehicles back to Boulder Hill if you needed to, especially when you were playing with them as a kid. You can imagine something breaking down because you probably heard your dad yelling at your car outside and what a piece of crap it is or something along those lines. And tow truck comes and your dad looks at the bill and goes, "Well, no food this week," jokingly. You still got food, but you get the point. I miss the days when things didn't matter to me. I miss the days when all I had to do was just play with that thing and worry about the adventures, but not think about how tow trucks work and how expensive it can be and how expensive everything else can be. Do you miss those days too? I really do. But a tow truck, I love the concept, and we'll go over the toy in a minute here. Like I usually do in these episodes, if I have the box, which is right there, I will show you. And there's my slippers, if you wanted to see them. I have the box, and I'll show you in a second. But I want to just do a real quick clip, something that won't get me a copyright claim, and see how it transforms.
Hold on, there's a battle we have to tend to. Be right back. We got him. Now back to the show.
Not too bad, right? I like it a lot better than the original transformation of Firecracker, and I do like it better than Razorback. And if you remember, I have a couple other things here too. So Buddie, the toy came with Boulder Hill, but he would pilot Firecracker and Hurricane. See a pattern here? These are both Honda's vehicles. Later on in the cartoon, and we kind of had like an epiphany in the last chat I had with Agents of M.a.s.k, where maybe the episodes are really out of order. There is a kind of a weird continuity aspect to it, and one of the reasons why I pointed that out was because of the way that T-Bob's voice sounds. I remember chatting with Graham McKenna. That interview will be coming up soon as well. I remember talking to him about this, where Stu Rosen helped him really personify the voice and really narrow it down to what you remember. But there are episodes where it's kind of a deeper voice, and it's not really the T-Bob voice that we know and love. So there's got to be some kind of continuity thing. Well, obviously there's no continuity, but there's got to be an out of order episode list. And maybe one day I'll be able to put it back together. So it takes some time, but I'm almost positive that these are not in any sort of order, that they were supposed to be in the production line. So we had Firecracker get destroyed, right? Hondo got Hurricane. And then later on, Firecracker's back. I think it was in the 50s, if I remember correctly. I'll double check the info on that and post it here on the video. But Buddie came with Boulder Hill and was basically a sidekick to anybody else, or if he got his own vehicle, it wasn't really his vehicle at the time. He piloted them and drove them. So we have Buddie here with his Ditcher mask, and it's quite a departure from his previous mask, but I want to bring out the long version of Penetrator real quick, just to show the comparison. And again, I'll have them up on the screen too, so you can see it. But they kind of have a similar look, where they're both kind of like a I guess you call it like a build nose. I don't know how you would really describe it, but they're similar, but also a departure from each other. I can't say for sure if that was intentional or not, but you can't not see that once you look at it. And I'll show the Ditcher mask in action. There you go. It's just Buddie with his headphones and his red hat. You got Ditcher in action there in the corner, where it digs holes. Every time I rethink these things through, I think to myself, Totem isn't the worst one. And there is a Buddy Hawks agent profile that I'll also post in the video as well if you want to catch up more on Buddie. But digging holes, interesting. Let's take a look at the box here since I have it. So you have the box here. You have the Ditcher mask being held there. And I like the way it's being held. It shows, it doesn't have the mask laying on the ground like some of the other boxes do, but he's holding it, and you can kind of see it in that aspect. And you have a flag here. Tow truck changes to vertical fighting machine and back. Clutch Hawks, they call him. They don't call him Buddie on this one. They call him Clutch. That's his nickname. Includes vehicle, 6 discs, action figure, and mask. A poster is included. I think I have the poster. M.a.s.k tow truck. Vertical fighting machine with action figure. Going over some of the elements that are on the box here. Caution, not for small children. 3 and under. Small parts. Here's the side here. Kind of get a shot of it, showing you some of the action. This side here is a little beat up, and so is the back. And you can see I have the command strips here, so I can take it on and off the wall. Again, these work great. Just make sure you pull them off correctly if you want to display them like this. This box is not worth anything. It's beaten to hell. This UPC was obviously used to get the collector, so I'm not concerned about how this is. And that's also what I'm looking for too. I'm looking for beat up boxes that I can put behind me here that, have little or no value, so I can display it and preserve it. So if you have any that you want to sell or trade, feel free to let me know in the comments, or get in touch with me through any other site or social media platform that I have. Facebook's the easiest because I'm always on there, but other than that, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Here you go. Got the top part here. Shows that. And I don't have the insert. And let's see if I can figure out this price here. It was marked off. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of it and I'll try to remove some of that. There's some of those skills in Photoshop, so I'll try it, see what we can get. This is from a store called Zayre, Zayre. Let me know if you ever shop there. I'm not familiar with that, but I'll try to figure it out. Put that guy back there. I didn't even show the bottom. Let me do that real quick. Stupid. There you go. So you can see that he's carting Raven away. Okay. So now, let's take a look at the vehicle. Now, I don't have all 6 discs. I will start there. I'll tell you that. But here it is. This one's really solid built. And when I said flimsy earlier, the flimsy part is this. The toe itself. Almost all the ones you're going to see on eBay are not going to have the original string. Now, obviously, you can replace the string if you have the toe piece. You're looking at about, let's see. It's almost the size of like, this is like the original, look, if you take Buddie and line him up to the spot where it connects and add one more mask on top of it, that's what you're looking at for size, for reference if you're trying to build this back on there. I know it's not an exact measurement, but think about it in those terms there. And if you don't have this Buddie, let's look at another Buddie. Measure things by buddies. That's what buddies are for, right? Same premise about a Buddie and a mask, a Buddie with a mask on and one mask on top. So keep that in mind. The toe works really well. It gets underneath almost all the vehicles. I wouldn't recommend it on Rhino, Bulldog, Outlaw, etc., unless you replace this cord, just because of the fact that I would imagine that it would snap off. So you have this part here. There's a little gun that pops out here, as you can see. These here open up on the side to kind of reveal some saw blades. And we're going to do the transformation here. So the transforming button is here on the side. And let's see what we got. I forget exactly. There we go. I wasn't sure how it came up, but I didn't want to hinder it. So now we are in defense mode, battle mode, whatever you want to call it. Sky's the limit for you if you have a different name for it, but most of the time it's defense mode. The head of it pivots very fluently, and it's also very, very tight. The pivot head, here you can see it. It's just just a ball inside of the plastic to keep it going. The guns come out there, and then you have the discs. Now, my launcher is broken, but there would be discs that you would load into here, and I do have a couple in here. See if I can get them out so you can see them. I think I made it worse. It's been a while since I broke something more. There's the disc. There's discs in there. I'll post a photo of them. So they would fire out here, and it was actually a pretty cool mechanism. I do remember it fondly, how they would fire. So, and it's also up on a little bit of an angle. It's hard to tell in the video, but it goes up just a little bit. There's a little bit of a lip that points upwards. That way there, it'll get some trajectory when it fires out. So if your brother's a little bit further away, this is a good weapon to use. Don't try it at home. And I'm probably going to try to fix this at one point, but I just want you to see some of the other elements here. So see how it's moving here? I'm going to hold it over here over my right shoulder. So it slides back into itself. That's pretty ingenious in my opinion. All right. So now let's get Buddie in here for full action. If I can get him in there without ruining the chrome. Nope. He's kind of in there. So see how you have this little divot here? That's so the mask can get in there, obviously. There's no ejector seat. It's pretty standard in there. Looks like most of the other, consoles essentially. Got the door closed, and he's ready to go. Obviously, you could put another person in there if you wanted to, but nobody really wanted to hang out with Buddie, so I don't know who would go in there with him. The other Buddie? Perfect. Multiverse. If everybody else can do it, so can M.a.s.k. So, yeah, there we go. That is ready. It's just one of the cooler ones that when it transforms, there's something about it that displays really well. I think it's because it kind of gives you posability with this. Like you can turn it, have it display whichever way you want, and I think that's why I like this one a little bit more than some of the other ones after they transformed. Now, I'm not a huge fan of all the Racing Series line, but this one here is one of the better ones in my opinion. I think it is because you can kind of tilt it. Look at that. It gives it personality, which it's a vehicle. And if you think about it, it's been talked about in the past on the channel. The vehicles and the figures are, they go hand in hand. But this one here has a personality of its own. Let's see if we can get it back down without breaking it. Seamless. Which I was in this good a shape when from 1987 onward. But no, let me know your thoughts on Wildcat here. Chrome is held up beautifully on the tires, everywhere else. It's one of the ones that if you're looking to recollect, you can get one without the the back part here, probably for about $60, give or take, in good shape. Maybe the mechanism might not fire, but if you're looking for something to display, this is a good one to do it with. The figure doesn't pop up on eBay a lot, but you're probably looking to spend maybe about $25, I would say, on it. So again, it's one of the ones that I do like a lot in the line, and I hope you do as well. As I was saying before, let me know what your thoughts are on Wildcat in the comments. And if you have any questions about Wildcat or anything else, please let me know. I'm always open to answer. Again, I'm not really on Twitter that much or any other platform other than Facebook. I'll be happy to answer any way I can. Email is best. Leave a comment in the post here, and I'll be able to help you out there as well. But until next time, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help keep M.a.s.k alive. And this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later.
Spectrum's got such supervision.